Hello everyone, it's Thomas Harvey here again, and thanks for joining me on today's video about getting started with some of the Autodesk products. I thought we'd probably take a break from Plant 3D for a day or two and jump into something that could be of interest if you've got the Autodesk AEC collections and you wanted to do maybe some preliminary layouts of something of a project. It doesn't necessarily have to be road or rail, it could be even a plant project. You could use something like InfraWorks. So if you've got it installed, when you do fire it up, you're presented with this dashboard. You have your tiles of any existing models that you got and two sample ones. But to get started, you don't even really need anything other than clicking on the model builder to get going with some of the data that Autodesk may offer you. You can click on New to create a new model or a new world, but in all honesty, sometimes it's easier just to go through the model builder, get it set up, and then you might later on bring in information, which is something I'm going to go through in the coming days and weeks about getting some free data from the Australian government websites. They do have that, but I'll show that a little bit later on. So what you can do is, using this world map here within the model builder, you can basically navigate to pretty much anywhere, and I can come in here and zoom into Melbourne and then get a sort of a map of what's going on there. I can do a road map or an aerial map, and I can see there that I've got all the roads. Some of the buildings will come through. You can see over here on the right that I've got 5.89 square kilometers with a maximum of 200. So I can zoom out and I've got about 94 there, so about half of what is allowed. I can draw a rectangle, I can draw a polygon, or I can import shape files into here as well to nominate the area, but I'm just going to do the screen. Now the roads, the buildings and the imagery and the elevation all come from different data sources. The roads come from OpenStreetMaps, the buildings do too. The imagery comes from Bing, and the terrain data is coming from the US, from their national elevation data sets there. So again, just to get us started, this might be you getting an idea of where you want to place your new project. So again, I'm just going to pick Melbourne. I can type in a name down the bottom right here, and then I click on Create Model. So because I've already done this, and just to save time, the new model will appear here as a black tile on your dashboard. So when you do download it the first time, it may take a minute or two, but ultimately this is what you're going to see here as well. So using that OpenStreetMap data, you can see that there is some of the roads, the rail down here at Spencer Street Station. We've got Flinders Street Station up here on the right, if you're familiar with Melbourne, and then we've also got Flagstaff up here as well. So, and you can see that the terrain information, it's a bit iffy around here. So again, whether that wasn't captured properly, but you can see that, and I do know for a fact that Flagstaff does not look like that, but this is what we're going to start with, and I'll bring in some more data in upcoming videos. So just going through some of the radio buttons up here, so we can switch to home. We do have some of the options in here. So the first one here is just some of the sort of adding more data or looking at the model properties, creating proposals, converting point clouds into terrain, selection tools, drawing or drafting tools, I guess, so we can do roads, land areas, create different styles, analysis tools, so sun and sky, creating our roads. So this one in particular, now with 2019, Autodesk changed it to basically all be component roads. So again, I think that's something that I'll go through in the coming weeks for the videos. And we've got some analysis tools, things like site distance, traffic, mobility, simulation. So again, we can pick an intersection and just see whether the drivers are going to see good enough, or we have to modify the intersection. Some of the drawing tools for our bridge design structure, so precast, steel plate, or even tunnels. Some profile views, and again some analysis, so line girder and even getting quantities out of that. So we've also got some watershed, so we can place a pick a point on the model, and it will give us the watershed to that point. We've got site drainage networks, a little bit more drafting tools in regards to the drainage, and some analysis tools in there as well. A good thing that you can always do in here as well is create video. So we do have a storyboard creator, and we can also create just a still image, so just an as rendered view on the screen there as well. And we do just lastly have some tools here at the end of duplicating the model, exporting it out. So if we were to use this into VR, we can export out this model out as an FBX file, and then bring it into something like 3ds Max, or even any of the other VR or 3D design tools, whether they're commercial or open source. We can bring in the FBX files there as well. So hopefully this has been a good little bit of a rundown for InfraWorks for you. It's one of the tools I've always liked using, not only just for road or for rail, but in the plant industry. We can bring our plant projects in here. In the architectural space, we can come in here and place the new building and see where the shadows are going to fall on there as well. So again, you don't have to think that it's just purely for anything that's sort of road infrastructure. We can utilize it for a lot more other disciplines and groups. So thanks for watching. Hope it's been an enjoyable week for you, and I'll catch you all on Monday. If you liked the videos, click the thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Otherwise, please do subscribe and click on the little bell icon to get notifications of my daily videos. So thanks again. Have a good weekend.